The PGA Championship is at Oak Hill. It's going to be cold. The U.S. Open's at LA Country Club. It's going to be warm. And the British Open's at Hoylake.
It's going to be windy.
It's going to be windy. Thanks for listening. No. But I mean, honestly, the PGA Championship in early May in Rochester is a roll of the dice. It could be cold. Like this May 2022, on the same date the PGA is supposed to start, it was like 39 degrees or something. It was chilly. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait for the complaining.
You know who was really pissed when they changed the dates on the PGA Championship for just this reason?
Who?
Herb Kohler.
Yeah. You're knocking out definitely northern venues. I mean, this is really an experiment. It's going to be fun. I mean, I always root for chaos. So obviously, I want a live guy to win the Masters, and I want it to snow during the PGA Championship. Like that's the best possible scenario for this golf season. I will say I'm really excited about the U.S. Open at LA Country Club because that is such a cool course, and we don't get new venues that often, and when we do, it was Chambers Bay and it was Erin Hills, and I was rewatching the Chambers Bay Open, and that was such an unbelievable finish. I mean, so much great stuff happened there. It was to me, that was one of the best Opens in a long time, but it was wonky because of the greens, and but the court from tee to green, that course looks so good on TV, and LA Country Club super visual. And it has a long pedigree, even though it has this renovation now. So to go to that course, I think is going to be really fun. The architecture nerds are going to love it. It's going to look incredible on TV. The players are going to love it. I think it's going to be a fantastic Open. And LA, they don't really support the LA Open that much. Like I think it's never been a part of the sports culture in that town, but LA does love a big event, and the US Open is a big brand. And I think the crowds will be great. I think there'll be a lot of flashy people in the gallery, and I think it's going to be a fun tournament. So that's I'm more excited about this US Open than some of the other recent venues. I think it's going to be cool.
Alan, as someone who has spent, as you have, a lot of nights in Los Angeles and been around LA golf a lot, how do you think the cognoscenti compare the idea of having a U.S. Open in Los Angeles at LA Country Club versus Riviera?
Yeah, it's interesting. LA Country Club is such a proud institution, and it's really it's kind of the blue bloods of LA. They've been prideful that they have no actors among the members. Like it's really. It's lawyers and it's politicians and it's people who run the city outside of the entertainment industry. And excuse me. So whereas Riviera has got celebrity members but LA Country Club is a place where there's so much pride in their courses, and whereas Riv is very corporate. Like it doesn't. Riviera is the best course with kind of the worst membership in LA, I think is how people look at it. And whereas LA Country Club is just, it feels like an East Coast joint in a lot of ways, and for better and for worse. So I think the golfing community thinks this is really cool. It's become kind of the crown jewel of LA golf in some ways, and it's going to get the recognition it deserves. And let's face it, Riviera, they can't get people to turn out even to that event year after year. When they had the PGA Championship there, it was kind of famously a disaster when Elkington won. And so, LA golf has not been on the map as far as the big time tournaments for a very long time. So I think this will become one of the anchor courses.
Do you really?
Yeah. In
other words, you've got Pebble. And are you saying instead of Torrey Pines, you would expect to see a lot more of this?
It's such a better golf course than Torrey, and it's the big time energy of Los Angeles. If they've sold out all the corporate stuff, I think they've sold out the tickets. Like I think it's going to be a home run, and I think that it'll definitely bump aside Torrey Pines, and so I think it's going to be an impactful U.S. Open for sure.
Well, can I give you my quick shorthand on? Please. Is it LA? Is it north or south?
North.
Here's my quick shorthand on LA North. If you like Augusta National and you like Pine Valley, you're going to love this LA North because it's really got elements of both. But, and this is a very significant but, it doesn't look like a U.S. Open course at all. I mean, when I was last there were basically no trees whatsoever. I don't know what they're going to do for rough. When I was there, it was like Augusta National used to be. It was just a wide open playing field with very little rough. So it's a different kind of U.S. Open, and it doesn't have that super traditional that Riviera definitely could. It doesn't have that super traditional U.S. Open values. But as you say, as a spectacular place, it's definitely a spectacular place. To me, Torrey Pines on the Pacific Ocean was spectacular on TV and was spectacular to be there. Maybe not a great golf course, but certainly a very good golf course.
All right, let's go to Hoylake, which of course is the scene of one of Tiger's great performances. We'll even show up there. We're deep into a preview about the 2023 season. We haven't even mentioned the words Tiger Woods. Unbelievable, but I guess that's the sign of the times. I mean, it'll be melancholy if he's not there, because that really. I know you were on site for that tournament, Michael. So was I. There was something sort of magical about that burnt out moonscape of the golf course, and Tiger's hitting 4 irons closer than most guys are hitting wedges, and that was a transcendent performance. But what'll it be like to if there's no Tiger when we go back there?
Well, we've had a lot of that over the years. Patrick Harrington won 2 Opens without Tiger in the field. An Open is an Open. And as we found out last year, you can spend a lot of time building up crazy expectation about what Tiger Woods can do at an Open, because the course is flat, relatively easy to walk. And then, St. Andrews was St. Andrews. So I'm expecting absolutely nothing from Tiger at Hoylake. But just the name Hoylake, Liverpool, the history of Jones, history of Tiger there. It's neat to be going back there. No one does the rotation. Well, of course, there aren't that many, but how the R&A organizes its rotation is really like nothing else in golf. It's done with such confidence. And even when it goes to these sort of tried and true courses like Hoylake, they somehow have this magic formula of allowing just enough time that you're like, oh, I'm happy to be back here. It's not an exciting golf course, but it's just really neat to be there. I mean, you and I were both there. We both saw, Tiger just hit. Links golf has been said a million times. It's not really about putting. It's about hitting irons on the face, in play, in the wind. There's a majesty in that, just like seeing Tiger play that second shot into 15 the year that he won at Augusta. Won most recently, 2019. It's majesty. It really is golf. So I hadn't been part of this conversation, but just having this conversation does make me excited about going back to Hoylake. We better book our rooms for that downtown Marriott now. It's probably too late.
I got thoughts in my head, can't get them out, trying not to think what I'm thinking about.